Guys, today we're going to read the book by David Williams, Gangsta Granny. And the book is about a boy called Ben. He discovers that his grandma, her granny, is actually a gangster. So that's what he discovers. That's what he discovers. Yeah. And let me read. Meet Ben's granny. She's much your textbook granny. She has white hair. She has false teeth. She has tissues tucked up her sleeve. And she's an international chill. Hi, Mom. Hi. Now we're gonna read the chapter 14, The Nosy Neighbour. Now we start. Ben couldn't help himself, and his eyes darted towards the window. For a brief moment, he saw a dark figure wearing strange hat peer through the dirty glass, and then quickly disappear out of view. There was a man peering in at the window, said Ben briefly. I know, said Granny. I told you not to look. Shall I go and see who it was, said Ben, trying to hide the fact that he was more than a little frightened. Really, he wanted Granny to go out and see who it was. I bet it's my nosy neighbour, Mr. Parker. He lives at number 7. He always wears a porcupine hat and he keeps spying on me. Why? Asked Ben. Granny struggled. I don't know. I imagine he had a cold head or something. What? Said Ben. Oh no, not his hat. I mean, why does he keep on spying on you? Well, he's a retired waiter. I doubt he runs the neighbourhood watch scheme in grey clothes. What's the neighbourhood watch? Asked Ben. It's a group of local people who keep an eye out for burglars. But Mr. Parker, it just uses as an excuse for spying on anyone. The nosy old git. I often come back with my supermarket with my bag of cabbages and I'm still hiding behind his curtain, spying on me with a pair of binoculars. Is he suspicious about you? Said Ben. More than a little panic, he didn't want to be thrown in jail for aiding and abetting a criminal. He didn't really know what abetting meant, actually, but he knew it was a crime and knew he was too young for prison. He's suspicious about everyone. We have to keep an eye on him, young lad. This man is a menace. Ben went over the window and peered out. He couldn't see anyone. Bling! Ben's heart missed a beat. It was only the doorbell, but if they'd let Mr. Parker inside, he would see all the evidence to the police, the evidence the police would need to send Ben and his granny straight to prison. Don't answer it, Ben! Actually, it says, don't answer it, said Ben, as he ran to the middle of the room and started over, stuffing all the jewels back in the tin as quickly as he could. What do you mean, don't answer it? He knows I am at home. He just saw his He just saw us through the window. He just saw us through the window! Answer the door and I will hide the jewels! Me? Yes, you! Hurry! Bring! The ring was more instant. Mr. Parker had left his finger on the buzzer even longer. Ben took a deep breath and walked calmly through the hall to the front door. He opened it. Outside stood a man in a very silly hat. Don't believe me, this is how silly his hat was. It's like this. Yes, said Ben in a squeaky. Yes, said Ben in a squeaky high voice. Can I help you? Mr. Parker put his foot inside the bungalow so the front door wouldn't be closed to him. Who are you? He barked necessarily. He had a big nose, yeah, which made him seem even nosier than he was, and he already seemed extremely nosy because he had a big nose and also had a natural voice, which made him everything he said, however, serious. Seeming a little bit absurd, but his eyes shone red like a demon. I am Granny's friend, spluttered Ben. Why did I say that? He thought. In truth, he was in a terrible panic, and his tongue was running away from him. Friend? Snarled Mr. Parker, pushing open the door. He was stronger than Ben, and he soon forced his way inside. I mean grandson, Mr. Parker, sir, said Ben, retreating back towards the living room. Why are you lying to me? He said, talking several paces forward as Ben took a several places back. If they were dancing the tango. I am not lying, cried Ben. They reached the living room door. You can't go in there, yelled Ben, thinking of the jewels still scattered all over the carpet. What? Why not? Because Granny's doing her naked yoga. Ben needed a dramatic excuse to stop Mr. Parker barging through the door and seeing the jewels. He was pretty sure and had hit the jackpot as Mr. Parker paused and furrowed his brow. Sadly, the nosy neighbour was not convinced. Naked yoga? Naked yoga? A likely story. I need to talk to your grandmother right away. Now get out of my way, you nasty little worm of boy, he said as he shoved the boy aside the open living room door. Granny must have heard Ben through the door, because when Mr. Parker burst into the room, she saw the room she was standing in a bra and knickers in a tree pose. Mr. Parker! Do you mind? Said Granny in a mock horror that he had seen her in a state of undress. Mr. Parker, I spun around the room. He didn't know where to look, so he fixed the glare and now bare carpet. Excuse me, madam, but I need to ask you where you put those jewels I saw a moment ago. Ben spied the Silver Jubilee biscuits tin poking out of the bed behind the sofa. Separately, he edged it out of view with his foot. What jewels, Mr. Parker? Have you been spying on me again? Demeaned Granny, still in her underwear. Well, he sputtered. I had a good reason. I was suspicious when I saw a young gentleman enter your property. I thought he might be a burglar. I let him through the front door. He might have been a very charming burglar. He might be weaseled his way into your confidence. We're almost in the next chapter. He's my grandson! He stays every Friday night! Ah! Said Mr. Parker. Sorry. Tramplingly. But it's not Friday night, so you can see why my suspicions were raised. As head of Grey Clothed Neighborhood Watch, I must report anything suspicious I see to the police. I got a good mind to report you to the police. Mr. Parker, I've got a good mind to report you to the police, Mr. Parker, said Ben. And he looked at him curiously. Whatever for? Said the man. His narrowed. They were now so red, it was like there was a fire in his brain. The spying on old ladies in their underwear, said Ben pompously. Granny winked at Ben. Yeah. He was fully clothed when I looked. She was fully clothed. When I looked through the window, persisted Mr. Parker. That's what they all say, said Granny. Now get out of my house before you are arrested for being peeping Tom. You've not heard the last of me. Good day, said Mr. Parker. With that, he spun his heels and left the room. But Granny and Ben heard the front door slam behind him, and they ran over to the window to watch him struck back to the bungalow. I think we frightened him off, said Ben. But he'll be back, said Granny. We have to be careful. Yes, said Ben, more than a little alarmed. We'd better hide this tin somewhere else. Granny thought for a moment. Yes, I'll put it under the floorboards. Okay, said Ben. But first, yes, Ben, you might want to get